What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Thirds and Junkies. You know who it is, Chris, and on today's episode we are in the shop space and I wanted to make a video. Last week didn't go so well. Time got away from me. I had a whole bunch of stuff I had to take care of, so there's no video last week. Apologize for that. But on this week's episode we're getting back to Space Ghost LS heads for the 5.3. And basically, I told Big Vest, I said, not going any further on these heads until we get a parts washer. So, you know, as usual, good old marketplace scavenge and a 45-minute trip, and we got this bad boy. So, got it from a Harley guy, said, thought the pump was out of it, or it could just be low on fluid. Ended up spending a bunch of money on mineral spirits, and I think the pump still has issues because it was kind of being a pain just now to get going, so I had to tap on it with a hammer. But we switched it up. It had this like metal, whatever the hell this thing is in here, like this thing that it comes with. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, FedEx guy. I was dropping off something for Big Vest. But what I was saying was, it had this big metal thing that screwed into here, into the pump. And it's not really good for, you know, trying to clean parts. The only issue I have with this, even though we bought it used, is the fact that, one, it doesn't have the tray that goes here, or the smaller parts tray for the holder, and it doesn't have the prop rod to hold the lid up, which usually it's a pain in the butt anyways. It doesn't seem like it opens very far. It only opens to like here, which is not a whole lot. That's why it's kind of cool you can flip it over to here. And the cool thing was, me and my scrap endeavors as usual to try to make extra money or make money to pay the bills, I found this heavy duty cart that has wheels that lock. So we're gonna bolt this to this, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna center it or if I'm going to offset it all the way to one side so we can utilize this space instead of it just being, you know, empty space here and empty space here. But if you move it all the way over, you can utilize everything underneath it. You can utilize the shelf and utilize the end, so you can put like parts and stuff on it, and now it's mobile to where we can move it anywhere we want around the shop. But on today's video, we had to go out and buy like, oh, was it like 8 gallons of mineral spirits at like $15 a gallon? It was ridiculous, a lot of money. And the pump actually worked on this thing, but then today it was giving me a problem and it didn't want to work, and I tapped on it with a hammer. And I also just so that, because I think it's a 20 gallon, but it has to be a minimum of 7 for it to flow, to be able to suck up into a pump without it sucking air. And it's got like 7.5 gallons in it, but it did spill some on the floor when I had to get it up onto this dolly by myself. So to combat it and make all the fluid run to the pump so it stays running at all times and doesn't suck air, I just put a 2x4 underneath those two legs, put it at a little bit of an angle. It's all good now. But what today's video is I told Big Vest, I said, I'm not going any further on these heads until we get a parts washer and I get these things clean. I'm not installing new valve guide seals. I'm not installing the PAC 660 springs. I'm not doing anything else until these things are cleaned. Now, we don't have the funds to take them and have them hot tanked and, you know, with a little bit of chemical in the soap, and they get sprayed with, you know, 1500 degree water and all that good stuff. I wish I had that type of money, so we're gonna have to do it the budget way, as usual. So what I did here was I went ahead, took pieces of cardboard, and I drew the actual head. So that the template, cardboard template, has 853 It says sensor. So A53 sensor. And then I put the valves in order. So these two valves go here, these two valves go here, these two valves go here, these two valves go here. Same with this head. I did the same thing here. See, there's nothing in it, but I did it up here. I put A53, and then I put, there's a bolt. So I wrote bolt. And then I put bolt, and I wrote bolt. So that I know exactly where they go. Because they were lapped, you know, in the last video I put up, they were lapped specifically to those spots, exhaust and intake. So I don't want to get them confused and get them messed up, which it shouldn't be a problem even if I did, but I want it to be right. So next step is we're actually going to get these one by one into the parts washer and get them all cleaned up so that I can move on to the next stage, which might be the next video, because I'm very what do you want to say, OCD, ADHD, anal about shit being clean and organized, and a lot of stuff, you know, has to be where it goes. Like, I'm one of them weird people that if this brake parts cleaner goes right here and it only covers that R on recyclers, and you use it and you put it here, I'm gonna come behind you and I'm gonna put it where it belongs, like that. So I'm weird like that. That's how I was raised, you know, everything goes backwards. It's supposed to go when you're done with it, as opposed to just leaving shit laying around. I do it too, but not often. I try not to, because I look at it as, if it's where it's supposed to be, the next time I need it, I won't waste time looking for something, because I already know it's there and I can go right to that spot, and it should be there if it was put back. It's one thing that really grinds my gears, is when I have to go find something because, excuse me, because I can't find it because the person who used it last just set it down wherever. Now I'm looking around for 20-30 minutes trying to find something. It's a big waste of time, and you know, time is money, and time goes, and you don't get it back. It's the one thing you can't get back is time. So it kind of sucks being, you know, trying to get through all this stuff, and you just, you know. Oh, and it is also pretty brisk out here. It is a like a 53-degree day. So I'm gonna shut the garage door and we'll get more light now that the lights are not being blocked, since we got like 50,000 lumens of lights in here. We'll go ahead and get one of these heads over here, get it down in the tank, and it's the cleaning. So give me a second, guys. Alright. See if you guys can see this really good. Ooh, look at that. Look at this. Scrub-a-dub-dub, scrubbing up the heads. Oh yeah. Oops. Dropped it. So I wish I had the shelf kind of. And this long hose is awesome because I can go wherever I want with this. Should probably do this thing in sections so that I make sure I get it all. This is the boring, tedious stuff, but this is the stuff, as usual, like I said before, this is the stuff that's got to get done, because if it doesn't get done and done properly, your engine will not turn out as well as you wanted it to. And also, take more pride in the fact that you did it yourself. I almost wish I had a smaller brush. That's okay. I love how if you move it really fast, it suds up almost like soap. It's penetrating. And what I should have did was actually soak these in this solution overnight. That would have actually broke a lot of this gunk down better over time with it being soaked, but not a big deal. Only other thing that I could think that would make this parts washer any better is if it was heated. It's working pretty damn good. Look at this. See, a lot of people wouldn't even take the time to do this on the Junkyard 5.3 build because to them it's redundant, and I mean it's a junkyard motor. So what's the point? The point is you have peace of mind knowing that it's clean and you did it yourself. You can take more pride in it. And that it was done right. Especially if you don't have the money to do what you really want, which is hot tank it or have it ported or do the valve job. You know, lap the valves professionally, have them cut the machine, do it the best you can, do what you got. Whew. Ooh, look at that. Get that rust out of there. Just that rust residue, basically. Let's see how much of this. That carbon buildup is nasty, boy. It don't want to come out. left-handed. Not very ambidextrous. For all you out there that don't know what ambidextrous means, I'm not trying to make you feel stupid or anything, but it means that you could use both hands the same way. You could write with your left hand, you could write with your right hand, you could draw with your left hand, you could draw with your right hand. That's not me. I'm not very good at that. Right-handed. Is this the one that I need to do a little bit of work on? No. See, and that's what's awesome. There's that big old clump of like dirt right there. Scrub it a little bit. All goes away. Like this stuff. Yeah, I take a Brillo, you know, a light grip Brillo, and I'll go over all this, pull all this off. I probably should have did that before I put it in the parts washer, but it's not enough that it's gonna like clog up the filter on the parts washer or anything. It's one thing I hate. I hate that rust stain stuff. And all these little nooks and crannies, boy, they get nasty. Really nasty. Everybody says you're supposed to have special gloves and blah 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 blah, and it's not good for your skin, and getting all this mineral spirits on your skin. And when I was in prison, we used the same shit at the auto body shop to clean the guns, the paint guns and the clear coat guns. So granted, prison don't care about inmates, but still. Oops. Squirting shit on the floor because it's coming out the hose, out the brush. Oops. Gotta be careful. Can't be wasting the damn mineral spirits. Shit's expensive. Plus we're looking into a filtration system. They make systems where you can put a car oil filter on these things, but the problem is it's like after the pump, so it makes no sense. So you're literally putting the trash through this filter into the pump, then through the filter out there, and then bringing it back in. So it's literally destroying the pump. It's keeping the fluid clean, but it's not saving your pump. So I've been looking into some different options for that. And there's other little tricks they have that I haven't done yet. I'm gonna do to this thing. And these things are starting to look really clean. Man, this doesn't look the greatest. But see here. Our sensor is destroyed. Not bad. Its only downfall is not being able to get all the way down in these ports. Unless let me see here. What did I do with those brushes? Those are punches. That's other stuff. I forgot what I did with those. Oh, there they are. There's the detail brushes. I knew they were around here somewhere. Let's see. Here's some of the acid wash brushes. Let's try a couple of these. They're smaller. I mean, I won't have the... Well, they're not very abrasive. Well, you could try to clean these as best as possible, but I mean, it's an exhaust port, so it's gonna carbon right back up again anyways. Your main ones you want to worry about is your intake. But I mean, try to clean everything as best as possible. Yeah, actually, these work pretty damn good. For the intake. Yeah, just gotta make sure don't rub that tin too hard on, being their aluminum heads, but just getting all that stained rust out of there. Kind of destroying the brushes, but that's what they're for. Here, let's grab this here, because I know this is a towel from my house. Let's move these out of the way. Look at that. It's a hell of a lot clearer than it was. Yeah, buddy. The rust didn't come out as much as I would like, but at least it'll be clean enough for assembly. Alright guys, I'm back. Got them cleaned up. They look a lot better than they did. I gotta go over this with the scuff pad and get all that gasket material off. But definitely a lot cleaner than they were. And then I did take blue scuff pad a little bit. These guys here, I softened them up so they're not super raw, just like these little guys here. That's from when a valve decided to ding 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 ding. But nice clean. Clean is going to get some of them brown stains there. They will not come off. They're extremely stubborn. So yeah. And the exhaust ports, no matter how much I scrub, unless I scrub them by hand with a rag, you're never going to get that out. And it is what it is. I mean, try to get them as clean as possible, but yeah. The only way to really clean them is do it like this. Soak them and scrub the hell out of them, but I think this will work. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to all the new subscribers. We had 1,300 subscribers. I want to thank everybody for that. Next video will be assembly of the heads. That's installation of the PAC 660 springs, titanium retainers, and yeah, just basically putting it all back together, get them ready to go on the motor. Still got to get head gaskets before you can put that on, put the heads on. But yeah, so like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and we will see you guys on the next one. Later.